Hey, what's going on? Tony here from LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Maybe not. Hold on a second. Oh shit. Let me hook this up. Okay. Give me some feedback, guys, please. If you can hear me and see me, type in the chat. Let me know and we can get started tonight. We're going to be covering a couple of things tonight, and I'm very happy that you guys are on. Hey, what's up, Kevin, Hank, Scott? Yes to both. Great. So I'm here in Texas. I'm sure a lot of you heard about Hurricane Harvey. And, you know, there's been a lot of crazy things going on. So I just want to take a quick moment of silence just for all the people out there in Houston and South Dallas there that got affected. A lot of crazy things going on. We had gas runs today, and I literally couldn't even get gas today. There's lines, gas stations are running out of gas here in North Dallas, literally 300-400 miles away, right? People are starving, people are dying, people lost their homes, and a lot of crazy things. I knew a couple of people in Houston area. They're okay. They're with their families. They're okay. They went up north a little bit more. Some business people that I know. Everybody I know is okay, but I know a lot of people are not okay, and it's some crazy stuff. So I just wanted to take a moment of silence for those people there, and I want to do something. I'm going to put together a special campaign or something where we could help raise some money, and whatever we raise, I want to match it. I mean, I want to give them $500 to Red Cross anyway, regardless. But you know, something just to help these people out. It's crazy. I mean, it's coming all the way up here. Gas stations are freaking empty. I'm lucky I have a couple of cars here with full gas in it, and I have all these gas cans. Some of them are empty. I got 2 full, but crazy stuff. Anyway, my family was affected, so a lot of crazy things going on. So I wanted to get on tonight just to say what's up, and I'm a little tired, had a really long day, but I wanted to come on again, and I need to start doing these again consistently. You know, I've been having a lot of things been going on, and I've been very, very busy. This truck is supposed to be painted by now, and I'm late on the project, so I think this weekend, hopefully the gas thing clears up within the next couple days. They're saying it's just ridiculous right now. It's affecting us here, so hopefully things get better here as well. We don't have any flooding issues, but no gas can be an issue, especially for a long time. I'm going to put some hardcore work in this weekend. That's kind of my goal here. It doesn't need much. Probably I would say another 3-4 days of work, and this thing should be painted and done. I will go over it with you right now in a little bit and show you all the body work we did. I want to do block sanding on this bumper cover quickly, show you kind of how I patched it, how I am going to block it out for you right now, and maybe we'll put a skin coat on here. But I also want to do some Q&A for you guys. People have been, you know, having some questions that they want answered, so we're also going to do some Q&A. All right, sound good? How's the plan, guys? So how about my phone is blocking. I bet you this is a very clear video. I'm doing this on my phone tonight. So how about we do about 5 minutes of Q&A quick, 5 to 7 minutes of Q&A, and then we will do body work, and then we'll close it off with some more Q&A. I have to move this phone over because I can't read your comments. Okay. Video looks great. Thanks, Hank. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some quick Q&A. So keep your questions short, and I will get to them. And mind you, remember, What's up, Matt? Nice to see you on. Remember, keep your questions short because they disappear. I'm on my phone. I could only see 3 at a time, and they disappear in literally 4 seconds. Daniel, I do these every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central. That's the plan. Last week, I missed it. So go ahead. Let's do some quick Q&A. We got 7 minutes counting right now, and we will go over some bodywork stuff. Awesome. So yes, how long after clear coat can you color sand and buff? Usually the next day. Okay, it depends on the clear coat that you have. There are speed clears where you can color sand and buff 5 to 6 hours later, but most of them 12 hours, 24 hours, even better. The longer you wait, the better. But sometimes if you're doing customer jobs, you got to get them out. You can color sand it the next morning. So say you painted this car tonight at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow morning, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, you can color sand and buff to get the job out. But do not seal it with a wax because the paint still needs to breathe. So I would just buff it out and just tell the customer, hey, do not wax it for a couple of weeks because the paint still needs to cure and breathe. You don't want to create solvent pop and have issues with the finish. What's the ranges of sandpaper for, man, I have to move my phone over, for bumper before painting? It all depends on what you're doing, right? This bumper, I'm using 80 grit for Bondo. I'm gonna cut down to probably a 320, get it nice and smooth. And I would probably 320 the rest of the whole bumper and then block sand at 400 and do it. Tony, I have rusty chassis. Guess I gotta learn MIG welding. Good luck. Grind it all out and you could probably even spot weld. But if you want to get into MIG welding, get into it. Learn it and do it. I keep getting ripples in my paint. What's going on? Could acetone do that to it? I'm not sure what you mean by ripples. You got to be a little bit more specific. Flex paint, if already been flexed. Not sure if that's a question or what it is. How many coats of primer is enough? Enough is when you fill your scratches. Okay, so usually 2 to 3 coats, 2 to 3 heavy coats. Let me show you Rocky Boy. Rocky Boy's in the house tonight. He's a good boy. And we got Sandy, and we got Maya's in the house as well tonight. Long time no see, Maya. So these are our 2 new family beagle pets. Very lovable. They're brother and sister. What sanding is it? Just water or something added to the water? It's just water. When you water, when you water sand, it's just water. Okay? You don't want to, some people put a touch of soap in it so your sanding pads don't get caked up, but I really never had that issue. So if you want to put a touch of dish soap in it, you can, in a 5-gallon, or if you have a 5-gallon bucket with 2 gallons or 3 gallons of water in it and you're doing your water sanding, you could put a couple of drops of dish soap to prevent caking on your 400 grit sandpaper or your 600 grit. Can primer fill 80 grit scratches? Absolutely. Primer can fill 40 grit scratches. But I don't like to do that. You would use a feather fill, heavy duty, thick primer to do that. I don't do that. Some body people do that. I like to go with 80 for all around block sanding. Cut it down to at least a 220, 320 grit. Get it nice and smooth, right? Not too smooth. And then put 2 to 3 coats of 2K primer on top of that, which fills all the scratches, and then you would sand and feather it out. I got a question the other day. Somebody said, Tony, what is feathering? Feathering is when you sand and it feathers your ridge, right? Your primer ridge, or where your primer ends, feathers into the body panel. And you don't have like a line where you could peel with your fingernail. It has to feather in. Kind of looks like a feather, a bird's feather, when you feather it out, because you can see it fill the sand scratches. It's better to use an undercoat or bed liner to prevent rust in their vehicle. You could use a rubberized undercoating in a can. I used to use that a lot. Bondo brand makes it. What was the other brand? Evercoat makes it. But right now on this truck, I am going to be doing a Raptor liner on the bed of this truck. So I do have all that stuff. Yes, 1.8 to 2.2 for high build filler primer. 100% okay. What's a good filler for plastic bumpers? What do you... Okay, you mean a body filler. You could use regular filler. I'm using regular filler right here. And this is a plastic bumper. All right, what am I using? This is a... It is a... Let me show you what it is right now. I'm just scooting around on my stool here. You guys liking this so far? Give me a quick thumbs up if you're liking the content so far. I'm using Z-Grip non-clog lightweight filler right here. It's good for metal, good for plastic. Some people some people get anal across everything. You're gonna get the anal people, and then you're gonna get people who really don't give a crap, and then you're gonna get the people in the middle like me, where if it makes sense, I'll do it, right? I'm not gonna go get anal on stuff if you don't need to, okay? I like to cut corners if I can, but I'll cut corners if it works, right? I'm not gonna cut corners if I'm gonna have or end up with issues down the line. I don't need that, right? Who needs extra problems down the line? I don't want any extra problems down the line, right? So I've never had any issues, none whatsoever, of using basic body filler on plastic bumper covers. None. And I know tons of people who do the same. So if you want to be anal, you could go ahead and get plastic body filler and do it. I'm pretty much self-taught with the auto body. I grew up with my dad doing it since I was 13 years old. My dad ran a body shop for 30 years. So I've been professionally painting, I would say, since I was 15. So 20 years. Long time. So that's that. Do you have to sand to bare metal to primer, or just take the clear coat off and paint? So if you have a nice finish car, you could just sand scratch or sand out with 400 grit on your clear coat, and then you can use that as your foundation to paint over. You could paint base coat, clear coat right over that. So if you have a brand new car, you could literally wash it down with 400 grit, get the clear coat all matte looking, and then you could paint whatever color on top of that. All right? And you could do that all day long, and you're not gonna have any issues at all. What's up? Hey, what's going on, man? We got Tracy in the house, over from Hawaii, my man. Body filler over primer, yes or no? Yes. You could put body filler over sanded primer. It has to be sanded. And you could also put body filler over metal and sanded paint, okay? But you have to have scuff marks in it. What's going on, Tracy? What's going on with your projects? Thanks for tuning in. What time is it in Hawaii right now? 3 o'clock? Do you ever do full... I used to do a lot of full restorations a while ago when I was in my mid-20s. I haven't done any lately. You know, this is kind of... It's just I'm doing so many other things. Mahalo, my brother. That it's time. You know, I'm building other businesses. I'm actually putting a live event in Dallas in the next month and a half. We're going to be filling 200 people in a room and teaching people how to build online businesses. So I'm doing so many other things. It's crazy. But this is my passion. I love doing this. My dad did this work. I've always loved it. I want to do this work, but just need to learn. So yeah, take it step by step and learn it. It's what I will say is, though, if you're going to learn from somebody, you know, learn from somebody's technique from A to Z. Because if you go on YouTube, somebody's telling you sand with this grit, somebody's telling you sand with, and you get so confused. You're like, what the hell do I do, right? So if somebody's getting great results on a completed project, then just follow what they're doing, A to Z. See what their formula is, and then copycat that. And the thing about bodywork is you're always going to create or come up with your own hacks, your own shortcuts, and then turn it into your own. You know, that's how I basically came up with all the stuff that I do. You know, you learn and you figure it out as you do it. You know, like, 80 grit, you know, then we'll go down to 150. Maybe I could save a little bit more time if I cut it a little quicker, right? Can I use two 25-gallon compressors to paint the whole car? It's gonna be kind of tough, but you could do it. I would hook your two compressors up and do it that way. Teach us how to weld, Tony, a whole other course. Well, honestly, I will tell you, and I've said it before, I'm not a welder. Like, I haven't put in a lot of time welding. I am very good with the spot welder. Spot welder, I have a lot of experience, but I just don't have projects right now to use the spot welder on. And we're getting way too long on the Q&A. But there's my Lenko spot welding machine. I'm really good with that thing. Like, I could patch up rust holes, fabricate areas on cars where it's rusted out. Like, if this whole section under a window was rusted out, I would have this window taken out by a professional because I've broken a handful of windshields. So if I ever get into windshields and taking those off, I have the mobile windshield guy come by. They'll take it in and out for $100, and they kind of guarantee their work. And then I would basically patch some sheet metal in here, hammer it, weld it in, and body work it, paint it, and get it. Well, of course, you're gonna want to dry fit the window before you paint it. So if you're doing a job like that, you want to make sure you dry fit everything before you paint it and finally put your windshield in. But as far as MIG welding, I can do tacks, but I would like to learn more myself. I would like to learn more welding myself. It's just a time thing. I feel that when I get older and when I have more time, I really want to get into welding and doing stuff. But right now I'm at the point in life where I'm hustling. I'm building multiple businesses. I'm doing real estate deals. I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm building the family fortune right now. So later on when I have time, I'm really going to get into heavy duty projects with auto body. That's my plan, right? But right now it's just, I love doing this though, and I love teaching it. So let's go ahead and do some blocking quickly if you guys are cool with that. I will do this corner here. Okay, so you can see it's just a rough draft. So this whole piece was gone. It hit something and it chipped off. So what I did was I epoxied, thank you, Life of Moreno, thank you so much. So first I used the heat gun, okay, and I pushed out and I reshaped the front bumper cover because it was kind of messed up here, okay? And then I got some pieces of plastic and I welded this plastic in with my epoxy, as you can see here. Okay, so the back is fully sturdy. When I'm done, I could just hit this with a quick undercoat by spray can, aerosol can, undercoat it. Boom, you're not gonna see it. It's in back of the bumper cover, right? So after I did that, this whole area was missing, and I have this all on video for the VIP guys. So this will be all in the VIP area for you. And I just laid one coat of filler on it. So this is my first coat, very rough draft. Okay, you can see how rough it looks. So we're just gonna hit this quick. It'll take us a few minutes. We're gonna shape it down and we're gonna be able to see some low areas, some high, high and low. Well, we're not gonna see high areas. We're just gonna shape it down. We're gonna see some low areas where we're gonna need to mix a little bit more body filler, fill it, and all that. So we spent a little bit more on Q&A than I wanted to, but let's get cranking. Okay, so I want to make sure you guys see this well. Okay, here we go. Okay, sweet. Let me put my mask on. Well, before that, I gotta take a piss really bad. But I don't want to waste 2 minutes taking a piss. You guys are probably gonna be like, what the hell? But what I am gonna do is take a sip of my iced coffee before we get started. From Kansas City. What's up, Kansas City? How many of you guys on a mobile device watching this? How many of you guys on a desktop? I'm curious. Just before we get started, give me a little break. Guadalupe, Arizona. Arizona's nice and dry. Phone, desktop, laptop, mobile, laptop. Stupid question. Can I apply base coat over primer surfacer? Yes, of course. Awesome. A lot of people on mobile devices. iPhone. Pretty cool. Laptop. All right, so let's hit this very, very quickly. We're gonna be using 80 grit and my freaking dogs. I was looking for my holy block. It's the foam block that I like. I don't like these. These are like the old school blocks. Hardcore old school. I mean, they work great. But I like my holy blocks. I couldn't freaking find them. And then I find them the other day. Freaking dogs chewed them all up. They're all over the freaking back of the house over there. I'm like, oh my God. I was wondering where the hell my blocks went. So let's go ahead. Let me put my mask on and let's get this sucker cracked out. Super quick. This is the best way to do auto body work is by using some good old-fashioned elbow grease. Let me see if I could lower this down a little bit for you guys and get a good close-up view here instead of looking at my hairy leg. I wonder if that's too bright. Is that too bright as far as lighting goes? It's a little bright, huh? Nice job, yes. Okay, maybe if we do something like... Okay, we'll just rock with that. Let me see if I could focus on that sucker better. Can't see contrast. Let's see. Maybe that. Maybe we'll try that. Okay, maybe we'll try this. Oh, shit. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let me put my mask on quick and let's just shape this sucker. Very quick. Okay. Put the fan on. Good old-fashioned hardcore body work. Okay, so when you're blocking, you always want to match the good area, the flat, okay? You want to go off the external, okay? So we're going to start like this, and because this is round, we're going to use our wrist and just make it round like this. Once we get it to a certain point, we're going to get rid of the block and do it by hand, okay? That's the plan here. And I'm gonna go slow and sometimes, and I'm gonna zoom up on this, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like so you get a better idea. Normally, I would just get the DA and just hit this really quick with the DA. Not too bad, the light. I know the lighting looks like crap on my end here. It's too bright. That's the freaking problem. Hold on. It's still too bright. Holy shit. Okay, maybe we'll work it like that. That might be better. Sorry guys, this is like live, you know. Okay, let's just do it. Okay. Okay, now we're just going to get it in this area here. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I like 80 because it cuts really quick. So that's pretty much it. Super quick. I will zoom up on this and I will show you what this looks like. So once we get it like this, okay? Once we get it looking like that, these round edges we could hit by hand. And you could see in here, shadow, this is a low spot. So when we refill, I mean, this is really underneath the freaking car. You're not gonna see it, right? So again, it all comes down to how anal you're gonna be. Some people, you get really personal on these projects. It's your baby. Like, I used to be like that a lot. I was a perfectionist. I mean, I think I still am. But I would have to fix all of this, even if you don't see it, right? So this, ideally, if you wanna be an anal about it, you would fill this up and redo it. But I could also cheat and feather this in here, blend it in, and just paint it like that. You're gonna have a little gouge, but you could do it that way as well. Okay, again, it's all up to you. For me, because I have to add more filler here anyway, some of these low spots, I'll just touch that up. I'll just fill it quick, get it flat, and it's good, right? The rest around here, I'll just hit this quickly with my hand quick. Same thing like up in here. There's a crack. This is where it was mended together. So I would put a little bit more filler right up in there, but here I could kind of feather out a little bit more. Very little. And then you just finish it off by hand, rounding it off. Your palm is a very important tool. When you're doing body work, you know, and you're doing round areas, you use your palm a lot, okay? I use my palm a lot. Okay, very important. So this is pretty much done, okay? The next step is checking out our low spot, and I'll show you that in just a bit. Okay, so let's take a look at it here. Okay, so right in here, you're gonna see this area is low, right? We need to add more filler up in here to blend this in, okay? If you look at the rest of it, it looks really good. Okay, all in here, blended in, okay? And some people are like, Tony, you scratched the hell out of the bumper cover, right? 80 grit scratches, not a big deal. All right, this will fill up a primer, no problem. You're gonna be able to sand it out 400 wet, and it's gonna be like a dolphin's back, a seal's back, okay? Down here, it looks good. So basically, I could mix another coat of filler, coat this right in here, because it's low. Sorry. Coat in here, because it's low. Maybe down here, if you're an anal person, you wanna get every little dent, even though if you don't see it. And then also skin coat all of this. You can see how, right, because the whole corner was hit. Cracked that, scuffed all of this, and has some deep scratches. So when I mix the next batch, I would do this, fill this, and also give this a skim coat. So when I'm ready, so this will be done. This will be done in one coat, right? Because it's just light scratches. Okay, and then once this is done with 80 grit here, we're 80 gritting it, you can go 100, you could go 120 if you want. I like 80 because I can shape filler quick. You see how quick that took me? And I was talking to you. If I was just doing it, it would have took me half the time. All right? So I like to go from 80 normally on all body work. Then I jump to a 220 to a 280, okay? But when I went to the body shop the other day at the store to get sandpaper, they didn't have any of the 280. They ran out of stock. So I just said, screw it, what do you got? And they gave me some 320. So you can go from 80 to 320, no problem. Get it nice and smooth, and then mix up some 2K filler primer, coat it with 2-3 heavy coats of filler primer, and you're off to the races. It's basically sanding it down, wet sanding, 400 grit, and you're ready for paint, pretty much. Okay, so we got this sucker shaped up tonight. Okay, quick. I'm not gonna go crazy. Right? Now let's go ahead and let me show you. Let me take this off of the. The stand. Okay, good. And I'll just go around the truck really quickly and show you what's going on. So, I told you my next door neighbor is a young high school kid. He's 15, he's gonna be 16. I was teaching him body work on this truck, and we have it all on step-by-step videos for you VIP guys when this thing is finally done. It'll be done soon, I promise. I need to get this thing painted before it starts getting cold again. What brand sandpaper? I like Norton. What other brand do I like? Eagle, Norton. What brand is this? I've experimented with some of the Chinese brands, those cheaper brands. They work, but the grits wear off really quickly. What is this? This is some brand I tried. I don't even know what the hell it is. KG Gold. Made in Canada. What is this one? 3M. This one's 3M. Okay. I have a bunch of different brands of sandpaper. You test them out. I used to use a lot of Eagle. I got Eagle here, sheets, 2000 grit. I got a bunch of 2000. I got a bunch of 400 grit. Okay, these are sheets. What is this? This is probably like 1200 grit. Kovacs is another good brand. Kovacs is really good, especially for wet sanding. My grinding discs, I believe, Continental Abrasives. I don't know. This shit is like probably 20 years old from my dad's time. Like, I got a bunch of grinding discs left over. Here's another box of grinding discs. And this is the Doka discs. I did a review on this the other day. Really good little pads. I got more Eagle here. This is probably 1500 grit for dry sanding clear coat. Yep, 1500 grit. This is, what is this? I didn't even know what brand this is. I don't even know what this is. 1200 grit. So here's some Norton. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. You guys experiment with sandpapers. You see, you test them out. But the main ones are Eagle, Norton, Kovacs, 3M are the main ones. All right. And here's the truck. I just got to block sand that out. I'll be doing that with the DA quickly this weekend. This is like 30 seconds. This will be done. This is a little body filler down here. I got to fill this little dent right there. Very little body work. This whole side we did, this is all flattened out. Okay, there was a crease that went all the way down the truck. This is all done. This door, this bottom part is all done. This is the final coat. I don't think I'd have to put another coat on here. This one, I may need one more coat in this area because we filled up the keyhole. This is done down here. I just got to feather it out. Maybe a little low spot here. I don't know. I got to block it and recheck it. Okay, you guys are going to see a little bit of rust here, surface rust. Okay, if you let it sit. So you don't want to prime over surface rust like this. Okay, you want to make sure you hit it, get it nice and shiny again, and then prime over that. All right, super important. Do not prime over surface rust. Get it back to metal and hit it. So you guys enjoying this so far? Hopefully you liked it. We've been on for about 35 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week, I want to have this thing primed up by the time we do this YouTube live next week, Thursday. All right, so I'm putting it out there. I want you guys to hold me accountable. Next week, all the body work will be finished and primered, so I can talk to you about that stage. And maybe we'll start block sanding out some primer, okay, and show you that stage. This thing, I have to paint soon. I really got to get this thing done. I've been procrastinating on it, been getting a little bit busy. I know I can do it. I can do it. Absolutely. It's just, I'm working on so many different things. I'm working with partners in Australia. We got a lot of things going on. Doing a real estate deal with my brother in Hawaii right now. A lot of crazy things. Exciting, but a lot of work. Will that fit in the bay? What do you mean? So if you guys are liking this so far, stay tuned. Come back next week. Hit the like button. And I'll be back. If you guys are brand new, newbies, never done body work before, click the link over here. In a little while, you're going to see a link right here to get a free 85-page auto body manual. And down in here in the description, you can get a free auto body book. Can I help you paint my K5 Chevy Blazer? Of course. Tune in, learn auto body, and you can do it. Physically, I don't know if I could help you physically. Does anybody on here want to help a young lady out? I don't know if it's a young lady behind that screenshot there, but she needs help painting her truck. Me, there's no way I'm going to be able to fly out to Arizona and do that. Maybe if you drove it down here and we do some YouTube segments, maybe. But again, my schedule is hectic at this point. VIP is worth the cost. I've learned a ton and it's practical. And Tony didn't pay me to say this. Hank Scott, you are awesome. Thank you so much. You're awesome. Guys like you are truly awesome. What else? Oh, and I like that paint job that you did on the motorcycle. That thing was sweet. I actually want to do another one like that right here. I bought this off eBay a while back. There's a big dent in it right here. I'll show it to you guys. I got it off eBay for 30 bucks. Original Harley Sportster tank. Don't take my ideas because I plan to get more. So it had a dent in it right here. It looks like maybe the handlebar hit it or something when it turned, the fork. I don't know how that got like that. But I want to make another lamp. A few years ago, I made a lamp for my father-in-law. It came out freaking awesome, and my brother wants one now. My friend wants one. I owe so many people these motorcycle tank lamps. I actually welded a scissor lamp on top, and the thing came out freaking awesome. It's really, really cool. I have 2 motorcycle tanks right now. I want to do that one and another one I have in my office, and I will be doing those on YouTube as well, so you guys could see that, and it'll be in VIP. So pretty cool. All right, guys, so I hope all is well. Thank you for getting on tonight. I appreciated your company. Started auto body in college. So it's not a woman behind there. This is my wife's phone. I grabbed my wife. You're awesome, dude. You're awesome. See, sometimes I don't know. There is chicks out there that like doing body work. I mean, I've had a handful go through the VIP program, and I know there's communities out there, Refinish Your Porn or some stuff out there where they're doing for some girls. So like girls are into auto body. It's kind of weird if you ask me, but hey, whatever floats their boat, right? That's hey. I don't know what to say. Anyway, have a great night, guys. Thank you for getting on. I'll see you on next week. This thing should be painted, not painted, primed up by next week, and all the body work done. So have a great night. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. And again, my blessings to everybody in Houston. It's just devastating what's going on down there. And I'll talk to you guys later. Click here for a free auto body book or down here. And if you're interested, check out VIP as well. Got some crazy bugs in here tonight. All right, have a good night, guys. Thanks for getting on. Love you all. See you, John. See you, Anthony. See you, Hank. And Mr. Tracy out there in Oahu, if you're still watching. Have a good night, guys. Cheers. Good night, guys. Laters.